All right, Coach, just tell me about this week's practice and coming off of a bye week.
Well, I mean, players got back at it. The way they practiced, it looked as if we really didn't have a bye week. You know, these guys are hungry to try to get themselves a win, and they kept themselves in shape. Even though we gave them a little extra conditioning just in case, but I can tell that the players moved around pretty well for all 3 days. So they did a good job. You know, we were impressed with some of the players' efforts. You know, we had to coach some guys on some other things, but once they wound up figuring out what we wanted them to do, they did a great job.
Tell me about Jacksonville game, and I know it was a loss, but you guys played the best team in the league to a 7-point score. Just tell me about that game.
Well, it's still a loss no matter what, and you know, unfortunately we lost another home game. You know, and that's something that we've been trying to get since our first home game. Yeah, Jacksonville, we knew they were going to be a tough opponent. You know, we did some things to hurt ourselves. They capitalized off some of our mistakes. They made a few mistakes that we just couldn't get around the ball. And, you know, that's why they're probably the #1 team in the league, because they do a good job of, staying with the team and somehow pulling out a victory.
Tell me about the addition of Damon Mason to this team and getting some of those guys back off of IR, and Carlise and Lucas and even Jamil.
Well, with the guys coming off IR, it gives us fresh legs. The guys that's been around here, that understand the system, and guys that we know that can help us win and be productive on every single play. So it's great to have those receivers back, because we've been lacking some speed here and there. So I think we've gotten a whole lot better at the receiver corps with those two guys coming back. Jamil, we hadn't had him since the Cleveland game, and that was just first 2 quarters. So, we're still excited about him playing. It's just the fact that we hadn't had a whole lot of him. But we're hoping that he's going to give us that added pressure that we need up front. So if we get that from him, that's a plus. And with Mason being here, he's just a guy that's been around this game just as long as I have. Real smart. Not as athletic as he used to be, but understands the angles and what the offense is trying to do to him. So, he's like another coach out there. I know the players respect him. He likes what's going on around here. So he's a good addition to this club.
Last and final question, Coach. Georgia, looking forward to going to play Georgia Force this week. You've played them once already. Your thoughts on that game?
Always tough. Coach Keno's, he does a good job with his guys. We've been battling for a long time, way back in the AF2 when I was in South Georgia. He's in Tennessee Valley. With him, it's never an easy game. I'm just hoping that we can stand up to the challenge and get another victory.
Coach, thanks for your time.
All right, B, thanks.